Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Youth Spotlight. If you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Olamara Success Nwaeze. I am the corporate sales executive at Jamie Patrol International and also the founder of OSN Global Services Limited, a digital marketing company that provides sales, provides visibility and growth solutions to online business owners and digital creators. Now, how do you know that you need our services? How do you know that you need my service? Let's say you are an online marketer and you are struggling with growth, you are struggling with visibility, you are struggling with sales, then definitely reach out to us and we are going to be helping you using our content marketing, Facebook generation, lead generation, Facebook ads, um, marketing, sales and marketing strategies to help you grow profitable businesses online, right? So this is Youth Spotlight, where we bring on young persons who are doing amazing things in their industries and have them come here share their stories. The last one was super amazing. The guests gave it to us back to back, and today we were supposed to have two people, by the way, but we are having just Dunamis Shiloh today. Unfortunately, Miss Lady Parts could not join us today. Okay, but we are hoping that she would be able to join us in the next editions. So, Dunamis, let me introduce Dunamis to you. He's ready to talk to us today. I'll be bringing him on very, very shortly. So, Dunamis Shiloh Oluamara is a strategic brand communications expert, a management strategy consultant, a social leader who helps brands get known and increase profits through results-driven marketing and branding. He is also involved in the implementation process. He has also been involved in the implementation process as growth manager, marketing manager, branding executive, and project manager for top brands in Nigeria. He believes life's vision is to see Africans rise above the smallness of their skin color and commit to solving global problems, changing the world and transforming our continent through business and social entrepreneurship. He's the author of 5 books. If you know that you've not written any books here before now, we are bringing someone who has written 5 that you can ask questions on how he's been able to do it. Okay, so he's the author of 5 books: Discover Your Calling, Make Money Doing Your Hobby, Design Your Next Best 365 Days, and Youth Dating as It Should Be, and Brands to Sell book series. Every year, he hosts Goddard Seed Confab, which is a youth capacity building conference and free skill empowerment program with over 1,000 delegates across industries and sectors all over Nigeria. He also hosts other socially and economically relevant events in and outside Port Harcourt, Nigeria. So we are going to be bringing on Dunamis shortly. But before that, I think someone has joined us. Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining. Can you let us know your name and where you are joining us from in the comment section, okay? So we know who you are. Let us know your name and where you are joining us from in the comment section. And of course, do not forget to tag your friends. Tag at least 10 people. That's how we do it here on Jimmy Padre University. We don't learn alone. We have friends that we always come and call to learn with us. So please ensure that you tag at least 10 people in the comment section to come and learn, to come and share this value with us today. Okay, Toby, good evening. It's so nice to see you again. Nice to have you join again. He's watching from Ogun State. All right, that's fine. Please tag your friends. Tag your friends, okay? I'll be bringing our guest for today on stage, Mr. Dunamis Shiloh. Okay, he's here. And I hope you can. Hello, Dunamis, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good afternoon, success.
Okay, it's so nice to have you here with us today, and thank you so much for honoring our invitation to be on Youth Spotlight.
It's an honor. I appreciate.
Okay, so I intentionally did not read out everything on your bio because it was a long one. It was a pretty long one. So I would love you to tell us more about yourself, right? So I would know how to tell all the questions. What more would you like to do? What kinds of things would you like to be sharing with us today on this interview? So you can introduce yourself along that line and we'll take our questions from there.
Okay. I would say my life is defined around a specific vision and mission because I believe I'm a personal brand and I see myself as an institution or as a business. So the same way I run other businesses is the same way I run my personal brand. So I have a mission. My mission is to, help Africans think beyond the smallness of their skin color. It's easy to think that because you're a Nigerian, you are underprivileged, or because you are in Africa, you are not, capable enough to compete with, others in the world. My job or my goal is to help Africans think beyond that limitation and to begin to profile solutions to global problems. You know, developing solutions from Africa, from Nigeria, it could be tech problem, it could be tech solutions, it could be social innovations, it could be any kind of enterprise, but it should be something that goes beyond our locality to solving problems that are global. So that I believe is my life's mission. So I tend to achieve that um, um, through strategy consulting for brands, through brand designs, brand communications, coaching, the books I write and the events I do. Everything I do just revolve around that single mission.
Okay, so how exactly are you able to communicate these things, right? If I come to you now and I tell you that I want to see myself beyond my skin color and I want to be able to compete globally, what things are you going to be teaching me? Like, I want you to break it down for us, right? I'm hearing brand solutions, brands this one. What exactly are you going to be telling me to help me achieve my goals?
First, I think if what the entire idea of being global and being universal is to have a product or solution that has universal appeal and has global acceptance. So you can't say you are a fashion designer in Nigeria and it doesn't make sense to people who are in UK. Do you understand? So you can't say this is what you do in Nigeria and it doesn't make sense outside of Nigeria. So what I do is that if you have a product, you have an idea, you have what you are doing, you begin to ask you questions like how relevant is this outside of your locality? I know there's a thin line between this. Some people just, leave their locality and they tend to solve problems that are outside of their reach. So they are not meaningful to people around them. But my own idea, what I believe is that if a watch is a watch in Nigeria, it shouldn't change when it gets to UK. It shouldn't change when it gets to Paris. Do you understand? So if it's a watch in UK, it should be a watch in Nigeria. So if what you do is termed valuable in Nigeria, it should still be valuable outside of Nigeria. So the entire idea is to help people think beyond their locality and to think about universal problem solving. What are the challenges that are peculiar to us, and also while solving that problems or providing solutions, you are universally valuable. Afrobeat today, it's local to us in Nigeria and Africa, but today it is universally applicable and valuable. That's the idea.
Do you have things like specific things to tell us to help us make whatever it is that we are producing universally valuable? Because some persons do not actually know how to do this, right? So, what tips do you give these people that helps them? Okay, let's say I want to produce something, and in my mind it's global, like it's able to compete globally, and I come to you and you tell me that you won't be able to do that, right? So, what tips exactly, what changes do you usually advise your clients to make whatever products that they give you universally valuable? Mr. Dunamis, can you hear me? Mr. Dunamis, can you hear me? Okay, I guess he's having a little bit of a network issue. Let's see. Guess he's having. Let me take this time to. If you are just joining us, I think Toby, thank you so much for tagging your friends and having them join us. I see there are more people joining us here, so please let me know your name and where you are joining us from. Okay, let me know your name and where you are joining us from, so I would introduce you accordingly. Let me know your name and where you are joining us from. Please let me know your name and where you are joining us from. And of course, since someone tagged you, I want you to tag your friends as well. Tag at least 10 people to come and join us here live in this live session. And I sincerely hope that everyone here has it has plans of enrolling for the leadership certificate course, the human resource management certificate course, and of course our public speaking certificate course all of them sponsored by Jamie Padre University. If you want to learn leadership, you want to learn how to lead your business, how to lead in government, how to lead in societies. If you want to learn public speaking, how to speak in public, how to be able to make presentations, right? If you want to learn human resources, you want to learn how to structure an organization, and you want to learn how to manage your staff properly to help them increase productivity and profitability, then definitely you want to get signed into our human resources management certificate course. I've mentioned three courses here: leadership certificate course, public speaking certificate course, and human resources management certificate course. All of these courses, after you take them, you don't just get the knowledge, right? You also get certified. You get a global certificate from Jimmy Padre University. As we know, as some of us here might already know, we are not just registered in Nigeria, we are also registered in Canada. So our certificates are globally recognizable. I think Mr. Dunamis is back here in the room with us. Can you hear me, Dunamis?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I was asking how exactly. I want you to give me tips so people watching us would know how to make their products fit for the global audience. What things do we need to look into? What things do we need to change to be able to get such products?
I think the first thing is exposure. Your exposure, it's very important. So it's easy to, if you are born in Nigeria, and you are not, you don't know what is happening outside of Nigeria. It's easy to design and develop your solution to just Nigerians, because that's what you've been exposed to. The way exposure works is like you cannot see beyond the options available to you. You cannot choose beyond the options available to you. And you cannot grow beyond the levels within your choice. So when people talk about, when you want to solve global problems, the first thing is to be exposed. And what social media does for us today is that what the internet and social media does today is that it brings the world together into a small village. It makes you know what is happening, in outside Nigeria at the speed of a click. So the first thing is exposure. Don't be satisfied and comfortable with your locality. It's fine that you're born in Nigeria, but if you want to develop solutions that are global, you must understand what is peculiar to people in Nigeria. It's peculiar to people who are in UK. Like I said initially, a watch cannot be a watch in Nigeria and not be a watch in UK. You understand? So the reason why most churches cannot export what they do in Nigeria is because their definition of the adversary, devil in quote, does not apply to the whites. Some of them do not see anything like demons, witches. If you say you eat in the dream in Nigeria, they are going to be sending you to mountain of fire for deliverance. But in UK, if you say you eat in a dream, it's just some special thing, it's just normal thing. You understand? So what we call problem in Nigeria has to be universally applicable. So the first question to ask is that what your product, does it apply to the same category of people that it applies to in Nigeria? So if it doesn't apply to those people outside of Nigeria, then your solution is not global, or your product is not global.
Oh, right. So how did you start out on your journey? Like, how did you start out on this journey to helping people solve global problems?
I think the journey started in 2014. 2014, I was schooling in Osun State. Then I'm from River State, Port Harcourt, so but I was schooling in Osun State. I think I just felt this leading to, these things that I know, because as at that time I began, being more intentional with social media, started seeing. I think that was about the same time I met Dr. Jamie on social media as well too. So I started following him along with some brilliant people like Dayo Samuel, Matthew Femi, Sam Obafemi, Fela Durote. Started seeing the awesome things they were doing. I started feeling like, more people needs to hear what these people are teaching. So, and I cannot bring them down to my school, but I think I've learned a bit from them. So I felt like providing this platform and opportunity for them to learn. So I think I decided to host my first event 2014 in Osun State. I invited somebody all the way from Lagos State, so that was how the journey started for me. It was just something I just wanted to do. But after the event, I started getting feedbacks. People started telling me that the event was helpful. They learned one or two. I don't know if you know this person, Salem King.
Yeah, I do.
Salem King was serving us at that time. He was at that event. He sang for me. It was an awesome experience. So Salem King was there, and some other people were there, and so they were encouraging me. They were like, this event changed my life. I learned. So the feedback from that event was something for me that was like, you are on the right path. So it's something you should keep on, because I saw people happy. I saw people had that sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. So I felt I should commit my life to making more people happy, making more people gain clarity, and make people find purpose and see meaning out of their living. That
Oh
was it
wow,
for
that's
me.
interesting. What was the event all about? I would love to get to know more about that event. What was the event all about?
Okay, then I called it U Summit, like YOU Summit. So the summit was just all about you. So the idea is just to, help people find purpose. I think everybody in Nigeria, if you are starting out as a thought leader or whatever it is in motivation or knowledge space, I think practically everybody started from purpose.
Yeah.
Started by helping people around them find purpose. It started at I think we all started there. So I think that event was just about purpose, helping people find purpose, start up business, gain clarity. I invited one doctor in my school then too as well. So that was what the event was all about.
Wow. How did you gather people? Like, was it capital intensive? How did you raise the funds to organize the event?
It's still funny because then my transport from Port Harcourt to Osun State was about 15,000. So it was Christmas period, so I had to use my transport, and then I couldn't return back home. So I had to stay back in school throughout the Christmas. Like for the first time, I did Christmas away from home, and because I used up my transport for that event. It wasn't really capital intensive. I used the school hall. The only person I had to spend on was the guest I was bringing from Lagos State. I think it was 5,000. Then he was kind of my mentor, friend, role model. So he didn't charge me much. All I had to do was to pay for his hotel and then his transport. I think that was it. I think then it was big money. Things has changed. 10K then could do like 100K now. So it was, I think, around 10, 15, 20K. I had a friend, I had a group of people because I think I learned early to always work with people. So I had a group of people that helped me fixing banner, pay for one or two. That was how it went. I can't say
Wow.
it was capital intensive because the money is small now, but then it was I think it was all the money I had home and abroad everywhere that I couldn't return back home. Yeah,
Oh
that was
wow.
it.
All right. Was Salem one of your speakers? How did you invite him? Or he was just an attendee?
Let me tell you something. As at that time, Salem was like, I think before that event, somebody that used to be my friend that served with Salem was like, that this person want to speak with me. I think after that event, Salem was like looking for clarity then. So
Hmm.
Salem wasn't big. Salem was just looking for clarity. I think then what he was doing, he was just a good singer then. So he was just a good singer looking for clarity. I think after that event, we met, we were just talking. He told me that this thing that I'm doing is what he wants to be doing. He wants to be speaking like this. He wants to be talking like this.
Wow.
I'm telling you. So seeing him now is just so amazing. I think I've messaged him once. He was just shocked.
Wow.
I think it took him some time to record, but he was just so shocked and excited. That was it for me.
Wow. That's really, really amazing. And have you had any conferences of recent?
Yeah, yes. I have a social innovative community called Goded Seed Community. So it's outside my business. So I'm chasing the money, I'm doing things business wise, but then there is this longing and this yearning in my heart to reach out to young people that look up to me. So that's what that community is all about. It's just a platform for young people to find purpose, to express themselves. I usually host events once in a year where um, we do free. It's a full day event from morning to night. We do free skill acquisition in the morning session and business training in the evening. It's usually talent exhibition. So it's a hybrid event. So there is business and skill acquisition in the morning. In the evening, it's all about talent expressions where we have different people who are coming up in spoken word, in music, in rap, in dance, just come and express themselves. So that's what that community is all about. We are in Lagos, we are in Abuja, we are in Imo, we are in Akwa Ibom, we are in River State. Yes, I think we are in 5 states of Nigeria. So what we do is just offer innovative solutions. I think there was a time we did a library project in Ahoda, somewhere in River State. So it's a community that's not exposed to much education. So what you have to do is to crowdfund and then ask people for book submission, and we planned to install a library in that local community. Other things we do are like, install water system for people, borehole, we reach out to orphanages, we visit people in school, those kind of innovative solutions. So it's not like I'm the one doing it. What I do is that I create that platform, inspire the people, so they see things like this and they discuss, they ask if it's something they should do or they should look into. I give them a go ahead and they start working on it. So that's what we are doing basically.
All right. What challenges do you go through? Why do you see in your work, and how are you able to overcome them?
Okay, my challenge, I think it used to be it's money, money. I think everybody that wants to do something big first, it has to be money because your project has to be bigger than you. It has to be bigger than your finance. If it's not bigger than you, I don't think it's worth doing. So I think the first challenge is money. And so how I managed to work on the money challenge. After school, what I did was I paused every other thing that I was doing. I decided to you know, work. I decided to work because there are a lot of persons that come online and they are like, I'll help you make 6 million, 6 figures, this one, that one, but they don't have money. I've seen a lot in Port Harcourt. They are like, this is what they do online. They are posting this one, selling this one, there's nothing, like they don't have anything. So what I decided to do was to pause on everything, ministry, social enterprise, and just hone my craft and then started looking for jobs. I have a couple of remote jobs that I do branding and designs for. And then I started, first thing was to gain that balance, to first get that consistent cash flow monthly. So once that was established, I started building my personal brand again, pushing myself out there, creating content steady, sharing my story, started building because I post everything, not that I was just starting. I post everything I was doing since 2017, 2018, went to school, came back. So I started, show showing up again, hosting events, building contacts, building my email list again, growing my audience. I think within that space of time I grew from like 5K to 10K followers, hosting events, getting, showing up at industry events, live industry events, networking with people, like, I'm back, let's do this stuff again. Started getting invites, and so aside the consistent cash flow I get from businesses I work with, I started generating money for myself as well. So before I host events, I know it might be bigger than my financial capacity, but I know at least I have 30%, to work with. I think the second challenge is, how to launch out, when you have a big event, when you have a big project, how to launch. Even when it's your book, you're launching your own book or you're launching your own course. I've learned to never work alone. Never work alone. There are a lot of persons that admire what you are doing, and even if they don't want you to pay them, or even if you can't pay them, they just want to work around you. So give them that opportunity. That's what I do. I give them that opportunity. I know some persons might think that you are there's a thin line between giving people opportunity to work and learn with you and using people. When you understand that, you won't have problem with people. So I give a lot of people that opportunity to work close to me to learn, especially if I see that this is the kind of thing you want to do. I bring you close to me and then I tell you how to do it. Let's do it together. So while I'm achieving my result, while I'm growing, you are achieving your own result too, and then you are growing. When you want to leave, you are free to leave at any time. So I just two things, tackle the money issue and then learn to work with a team. It's very important.
Right, it's very, very important to learn to work with a team. Like I've tried doing some things alone and I've tried doing the same thing with people, right? And 100% of the time, the one I do with my team members are always more massive. Like people get to know about them more, etc. Whether they are working outside with me or they are working behind the scenes. So yeah, you are making a lot of sense with what you're trying to say. How has your brand building journey been going? Right? Has it been how has it been going for you?
I think it's been interesting. So I see everything like a learning curve. Everything is like a learning curve for me. And I believe clarity is a continuous journey. It doesn't end. I believe people used to ask, when will I be so sure? You see, the time you will be so sure is when, in fact, I think it should be like 1 minute after you are dead. That's when you'll be so sure. You will not, probably you're in heaven, then you will not see that, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. But as long as you are in this mortal skin, you will be limited with information and data. So what's important is for you to keep going. It's just like a straight road that is very long. So the more you go, the more you move, that's the more you would see. So it's just about moving with the idea that comes. So it's today it might be like start this thing or start this product. You might see that something is happening. There's a demand for something you have inside of you, even if it's not out. So when there's a demand for it, release it to the world. It could be in form of a product, could be in form of a class. Once you know that there's a demand for this thing right now, you bring it out. Like I said initially, most of us started out as purpose coach, helping young people find purpose. Then we evolved to teaching people how to make money from their talents. And then our audience, you are basically our age mate, because this is very important. When you're starting out, your your audience are usually people who are within your generation, 5 years ahead or 5 years below. So we all started out purpose, then we went into teaching people how to make money doing what they love. Then at some point we got stuck, or I got stuck, and I discovered that money is very important. So I learned graphic design along the line, grew from graphic design and evolved. I believe graphic design is just a skill that is just at the elementary level. You have to evolve to something. You have to evolve to something that you can export universally. You get, everybody does graphic design at a base level. Everybody can do graphic design. You can just go on website and put in your details and you will download a very cool design. So aside just doing what AI, robots, website can do, how are you going to grow beyond that? These are the questions I began to ask myself. Then I saw that there's product design, there is brand identity design, there is the consulting expert. And I saw that as a consultant, you actually have, you know, look at the questions I asked myself. How much can you make as a graphic designer? How much and how far can you go as a graphic designer? And how much can you make as a consultant? Because as a consultant, you have a lot of graphic designers working under you. You could get big projects, and then you have people who are in communications, you have people who are in design, people who are in marketing. That was how the journey was for me, from graphic design to consulting, where I began to, have people who are working under me. That was when I began to see money. You understand? I began to discover that there is money in this thing, but there's no money. If you're a graphic designer, you are just like you're feeding from the crumbs. Even if they are paying you 100K, that project, there's somebody that's earning 1 million to give you 100K. So I think these questions changed my perspective. And then it wasn't like I don't know these things, that you cannot be the consultant. It was like you have the knowledge, but then you don't know that this is what you should be doing. So I started positioning myself as an agency, as a business, you know, as a consultant. Then I started getting jobs, like help us market this event, help us market these products, help us push our brand, make our brand more visible. Then I started working with, get the jobs, give to graphic designers, give to the marketers, give to the communications experts. I began working as a team, not just in my um, community, but as well in my business. So that was the journey for me. And this is currently where I am right now.
Mm. That's interesting. Like it's really interesting, and I see your work for Jamie Padura University, and it's really even for the international, they are mind blowing. And it's not just that the speed with which you used to make all of these designs whenever they call you, and it's really awesome. Please keep up with that. Let us know the mistakes you've made so far and what we can learn from them. What mistakes have you made in your journey to building a business, and what can we learn from these mistakes?
Okay, I think the first mistake is not having a mentor. Is very important. Not having a mentor. I think it was basically my temperament. I'm not this kind of person that is out. I'm not this kind of person that is easygoing. I could attend the event and I will not take selfie with anybody.
Why?
I'm that kind of person. Yes. It was later that I started having excuse for it, because I knew I just discovered I cannot live without it. I'm just used to it. So I started making intellectual excuse for it. So I used to tell people, you know, if you snap picture with someone, you are the one that's going to post it. So if they don't call me to snap picture, I'm not snapping. So, but that was a limitation for me. It's my work for me right now, because most events I attend in Port Harcourt, many people know me, so they will be like they are the ones, optioning to take pictures with me. But if you are starting out and you are like that, you will fail woefully. So I think you should go for mentorship. If you see somebody that is ahead of you, feel free to ask the person that you want to learn from the person. I know it has been abused a lot in Nigeria, because people use it. It's either the mentor is using you or you are using the mentor. But it's not supposed to be so. That's why I think the best approach is to start doing free things for people. I saw a pastor. I've been admiring the pastor. So when the pastor got transferred to Port Harcourt, what I did was to volunteer to do his designs for free. So I've been doing his designs for free, and I've been having that opportunity to get close to him, learn from him. In fact, somebody that you see and you adore, when you see him now, he's shaking you like his guy. That mindset alone is something unique. Yes. And I also have, before, I used to put money in front. Everybody, there's a thin line between, putting money in front, being a business person, and then losing out on key relationships. Key relationship. So what I have this principle. Anybody that is ahead of me in this industry, once they ask for my service, I don't ask for money. I do the job for them. And if they are paying me, they are paying me. If they don't want to pay me, it's left for them. That first experience used to be tough for me. Everybody that's ahead of me in this industry, once they ask for my service, I don't ask for money. I do the job for them. That first
Dunamis, can you hear me? I think he's having a little bit of network glitch. Okay, let's see what's happening in the comment section. We have Miriam Odinaka here. She's an online data vendor. Welcome, Miriam, and thank you so much for joining us today. We have Bethel. Bethel again. Thank you so much for always coming to Youth Spotlight and, of course, commenting and being very active. So, thank you so much, Bethel, and we are glad to have you here. Why we wait for Dunamis to come back, right? Or he has said a whole lot of things, and I'm sure we are taking notes, right? On how mentorship can help you build a profitable business online. On how oh, I think he's back. Can you hear me, Dunamis?
Yes, I can hear you, ma'am.
Okay, you can continue what you were talking about, the mistakes and how and what we can learn from them.
Okay, so number one, I think everyone should go for mentorship. Go for mentorship, and there is a better way of approaching people for mentorship. I think I've learned these things. I think later on that you don't visit a king empty-handed. Never should you visit a king empty-handed. So whether they are coming to your city or you are going to their DM for the first time, never go empty-handed. They have their products, they have their coaching classes. First, subscribe to them. Once you subscribe to them, you get their product, you can go to their DM and start a conversation from there. So everyone needs a mentor. That's number one. Number two, everyone needs an enabling environment. This enabling environment could be your church, because when you're starting out, you don't have free people to attend your events. You will struggle a lot. You struggle a lot. If you're a coach, let everybody in your church know that you're a coach. Even if your church is 10 people, let them know. Because the thing is, once you host your event, you are sure of these 10 people.
Yes.
And sometimes if you have a good family, you should start with your family. When I host my events, my siblings, they are there. If you just see the three of them come, you just smile. These are people that you laughed, you dream, you shared your dreams together with, and today they are there in front seat looking at you. You understand? So I think the second thing is to have an enabling environment. It could as well be your colleague in school. So if you're in school, don't hide. If you're a singer, for instance, let everybody in school know that you're a singer, so that when you host events, they will come. Let them not see you on flyer or billboard and they're like, what is this we're doing here? What is this one doing here? Because they don't know what you are doing. You understand? So if you're in church, if you are whatever you're doing, let them see you in church. Sometimes you could customize your t-shirt and bring it intentionally to church. Let everybody at least have that default environment. Before I host most paid events, for instance, or it might not be paid events or most events, I am sure of like 30 persons. If I'm expecting 50, I'm sure of like 30 persons that I have DM'd and they are excited about it before I put it up in the public. There's somebody that's hosting an event in Abuja. He was telling me that he's struggling with getting an audience. I told him, do you belong to a church that knows what you're doing? Do you belong to a community or a social group in Abuja? He said, no, 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 no. You don't belong to anywhere. So how do you expect people to come? Because no matter how people see these things, you are not a celebrity. So people will come to you right now not because they like your knowledge. It never sabi something rich like that. People will come to you right now because they don't want you to feel bad. And it's okay. People will reply to your comments, they will come to your events, they will even buy your products just because they want you to feel good. They just want you to be happy, they want to encourage you, and it's fine. Everybody needs that category of people. So I think the second thing is to have an enabling environment. Have a church you are vibing to. You get? It's not about being emotional about following your father's church, your dad's church. No, your dad's church is your dad's church. At this point, every young person should be attending churches that encourage their talent. I think that's the second, and that's key. And the third is get a business, get a job, get a job. Because you can't come online and you're positioning as a business developer, a business expert. You've not eaten. Yes, see, the idea that comes to a hungry stomach is different from the idea that comes to a full stomach. Very important. It's different. The ideas are different. That's why you have to try as much as possible to solve the hunger issue, because you won't be thinking the same. The thinking is different. So solve the hunger issue as much as possible. Get a job, because see, business is not to eat. Business is not for you. Business is solving problems, and it's the person that has blood that can donate blood. You have not eaten and then you are having business. It's difficult that way. That I met somebody that is doing very well, very, very well. And I asked her she told me she doesn't have any business money because she wanted me to design websites for her. I told her the price and she was like, she've used the money to pay for her mother's bill that they are building house in the village. I said, what? You use which money? She said, the business money. I said, really? Business, that is my money now. There's a question I asked on Facebook and I was like, so if you do this, if you have so amount in business and so amount, yeah, which one will you choose? This person said so amount in business. And it was like, since it's business money, it's my business, I have the right to do whatever I want. I said, but seriously, because people don't separate their business from themselves. Business money is your money. Who does that? Your business must exist outside of you. So I think the third thing is everybody should have, if you want to have a business, if you want to have a business, you should understand that the business is to solve problems for other people. But if you are looking for money to feed, get a job. Get a job, have that money. At least, see, even if you are in your 60s, your 70s, you can still live your
Your
purpose. There are
business
a
can
lot of
also
persons.
give you money to feed, can't it?
You say,
But your
you say,
business can also give you money to feed, can't it?
see, the thing is, it's not supposed to give you money to feed because you are supposed to feed others. Your business
No,
is
no,
supposed
no.
to solve problems for others.
Yeah, you're supposed to make business. You're supposed to do business and make profit, and then from your profit, you either save um, for to invest into the business. And if you pay yourself salary, of course, you have to pay yourself salary as well.
Yes, you
I
have
want
to
to
save your
understand.
yes,
Yeah,
but it's
I
not
want
for
to
food.
understand the rationale of what do you think about building a business? Because I'm understanding from what you are saying right now that we should not depend on our business to make, like, to feed ourselves. There are people actually that are feeding themselves, taking care of their bills, and even having enough money to invest into the business from what they are doing online. So I want to understand the angle that you are coming from so we don't misunderstand you.
Okay, the thing is, business is all about solving problems and getting paid for solving problems. All right, so business is a little bit selfish because the reason why there are a lot of compromised standards in the industry today is because people are in business for they don't have, let's say the thing has choked them. Let's say it's choking. Okay, it choke. Let me say it choke in the video's language. Okay, and they need serious money to feed. So they will begin to accept jobs with certain amount of money that is below standard. They will begin to compromise because their survival is tied to cash flow in that business. It's okay to do business that way, that you feed from your business. It's okay, but you're going to struggle a lot. But what I believe is that if you need money to feed, first get a job and be able to stand on your feet, your 2 feet. Not that you are standing with one leg and then you want to carry other people. Then you don't even have data. You're online, you're doing a lot of things online, and all of a sudden you are offline. When they ask you, you look for a nice excuse. No, you don't have data to subscribe. There's no excuse there. All these things I'm seeing, we are things I was struggling with like some years
I'm
ago.
understanding the angle you are coming from now. I think
Yeah.
I'm understanding where you are coming from. If you
Yes.
want to build a successful business and you don't have the funds, it's very much advisable to get a job, right? To have a job
Yes.
that can fund the business until your business has grown enough to be able to sustain itself and to be able to pay you and maybe the employees that you are bringing into the business. Is that what you mean?
See, not you are right to an extent. My point is that issue of at least your data, your feeding, your clothing. At least you should have a job that provides you that you're not struggling to, like, say if there's no money coming to the business for 1 month, you will die. No, you should have money first. Maybe you get a job, you are self-sufficient. Then you start a business. And there's a brand I'm about to launch. What I want to do is that I want to get with my co-founder, like he's giving me the money for staff salary for the next 6 months. Do you understand? For the next 6 months, I'm not feeding from the money from the job business. I don't have any plans of using any money from the business. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But because I have a job, you know, at this beginning stage, you can be able to do the two. A lot of people, I know there's time when people shared story like I quit my job, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to chase my dreams, let the boss go to hell. You can't be rich working for someone, and then you just come like that, and then people are motivated. The next thing they go and fire their boss, but they are not sure of what they will eat the next day. And then they are coming online to begin to sell book of 5K for 1K. and then they begin to tell you that their coaching class is 500. Who does that? You know, they begin to compromise standards, and then all of a sudden, people say the motivational industry is so saturated because you hear different stories. You know, like now, if you say you're a motivational speaker, it's something that people will begin to mock you. People are ashamed of saying that because the industry is saturated. You motivate people to leave their job when you are supposed to, at first, get a job, be self-sufficient, start a business, do the two together until you get to that point where you can begin to pay yourself salary, and then you quit the
No,
job.
no, I think it depends on how each person interprets theirs, right? I get the angle you are coming from, but most
Okay.
interviews that I've watched of people who say that they quit their job after some time and are starting their own businesses, they have a plan. They did not just wake up and quit their jobs. And if they are being truthful, I think I know a couple of persons online who were very truthful about it. They took you through their journey, told you how they prepared, how they were able to save, and all of that. They have
You
a
said
plan.
save, they save.
Yeah,
If
yes,
there's money, me, I'm
so
talking
they did
about
not
people that don't even
they
have
did not
savings.
just
They don't have savings. They want to feed from the next money that is coming from the business. So when the job is supposed to be 10K and the client say, I just have 2K, they say, oh, yeah, bring. Compromise. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the point.
okay. Yeah, you
Yes.
are right. You are right to an extent. Anyway, okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. What motivates? What keeps you going? What motivates you to keep going? Dunamis?
Okay, I think for me, I think I have a vision. First. I think it's my environment, the kind of people I have around me. Because even if I want to give up, you come online and then you're seeing posts of your friend doing great. In fact, everybody's just oppressing everybody. Let's say the truth. But yes, let's use the word oppress. But the truth is actually maybe they are inspiring you. You could see it as oppression, but the truth still is that everybody's oppressing everybody. You just come online, this person is making six figures, he just launched his book, and all of it. How do you want to give up? You cannot give up because you have the right environment. So that was it for me. I think there was a time on Facebook I was just scrolling down on Facebook. Anybody that I see unnecessary picture, I just unfriend them or unfollow them. I deliberately, filter the kind of information I get. There are some news that I don't even, once I see that this news is too direct and it's too focused on one person, I just unfollow. I don't care to listen to news, you get. So every day as I just wake up, my news feed, first two, three, four, you just see your guys doing or something, your girls doing something, and you're like, almost you get. So there are people, you are in the right environment of people that keep inspiring you, whether on Facebook, whether on your WhatsApp status, whether physically. I have friends where, once in a while we sit out, we inspire ourselves, we just talk. These are people, these are the right environment. I think the first thing is the right environment. And secondly, I think it's my goals and vision. And then somehow, imaginary is my family. I'm a family person, so not my immediate family, my future family per se. So I have this vision where I want the kind of home I want for my wife and my kids. You know, I have this vision. I have this vision in my head. It keeps playing. So, for me to be able to achieve that at this specific time, then there are things that I need to do. And then I have this big goal. There is where I'm supposed to be as a brand at in 5 years time, in 10 years time, and in a lifetime. That's where I'm supposed to be. So I'm trying as much as possible to make sure, aside that big goal, I have things that I'm supposed to achieve on a daily basis. So sometimes when I feel weak, when I remember the big goal, it reminds me to keep doing those things. Those things, no matter how little they are, it might be as little as reading one chapter of a book. In fact, there was a time I used to do it 2 pages, even when I want to sleep. That 2 seconds before I sleep, I just open my eyes and just read that 2 pages and then sleep. So it might be as small as that. At the end, it will compound to something big. And I think sometimes, finally, and most importantly, is God, because there are times when I feel so depressed, so frustrated about a whole lot of things. The only thing I just do is just spend time praying in tongues. You don't have to tell God to do this, tell God to. I just spend time praying in tongues, and after praying, I just feel so clear, satisfied. Most times, I end up writing a lot of things that will just come into your consciousness that this is what you're supposed to do, this is where you're supposed to be, this is how you're supposed to be thinking. Very important at this point. I think these are what keeps me going.
Okay. Where do you see your business or yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, 5 years from now, I think I should be. See, my idea first, my idea of branding for people. I think that's what I've been working on. I don't want to work for people just because I'm good. A lot of persons are like that they are good. I believe I will employ them soon because I'm not a very good person. I want to employ people who are very good. But I don't want to work for people just because I'm good. I want people to call me to work for them for my name. People to be proud that I did their branding, and it's working a bit. So people, when I do graphic design for people, when I do branding for people, or when I consult for people, people are proud of it. They come online, they start posting. Some person just say because you've done job for Emeka Nobis, you've done job for Jamie Pajue, you've done job for for River State Governor, you've done job for this, you've done job for this person, you should do my job for me. Not because I'm good or whatever, just because of the name. You get. In
But
the
you are
next
good.
5, you say who?
But you are good.
Of course, of course. The thing is, if you think like this, there's no way you won't be good as well. You understand? Some persons just think about being good. But me, I want to, if you want to work with these big figures, you have to work on your game as well. So I see in the next 5 years, I see myself, having that strong name. Yeah, a lot of persons want to be associated with me. Why people, when I do a design for them, they are proud. They begin to post online, just like this guy. Boy director. This guy that hey, this guy that does music videos. His name is his username on Twitter is boy director. All right, so I think he's one of the most expensive. He's very young guy in his mid 20s. I think if he does video for any artist, they are proud of it. They post it, and they are proud of him being involved in their project. So that's the kind of personal brand I want to build, where people are proud to be associated with me. They are proud to say that I did a design for them, whether it's flop. They just give excuse for it that because it's this guy, it's something outstanding. And secondly, I want to I think the big time plan the next 5, 10 years, I want to consult for I want to consult for um, state governors, for presidents of different nations. I want to consult for celebrities and artists. I want to consult on their personal branding, their personal image, on their strategy. I want to be associated with these people too. I want kings to come and seek my wisdom. That's where I want to be in the next 5, 10 years time.
I hope you get there. Like I really, really hope you get there. And I think you will actually. You are already on your way to get it there. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Now to the last question, so we'll leave you to go and rest, right? If you had to start building your brand from scratch, let's say you lose everything today, God forbid, and you are worried about how to start afresh, but then of course to shorten the time that it will take you to build back up everything you've built until now, how would you do it? If you had to start from scratch, how would you do it?
I think I've said it before. I will start solving problems for people without putting the money first. So I will start being, because it's people that they know that they can pay. People pay you when they know you, they like you and they trust you. So I will first of all focus, because if you are focusing on the money, there is a limit to how far you can go, especially if you are starting again, starting afresh, or you are starting up newly. Okay, so I think what I will do is that I will focus on creating value for people for free, so that I will be visible to them first. So I will look for people first. Like I posted some days ago that everybody that offers a service, it's not that doesn't require money to do, money capital to do. I think you should have a church that you are doing for free, even if it's photography, social media, or even if it's, your talent is in singing. You should have a church you are doing for free. You should have a celebrity or somebody that has potential that you are doing for free. Because the thing is that some days ago, to my pastor just asked me to stand up in church. I wasn't expecting it, and he said, "This is my graphic designer." And
Mm.
imagine that kind of big church, and
Yeah.
mentioned my name. Everybody that wants to do designs, they coming from that church. Any amount you tell them, they will pay because this is a big church. Yes, and I've been doing design for this pastor for free. You get? So that's it. If he was paying me, I'm not sure if he would have been able to do that because he would feel that he's paying me already. You get?
Mm.
So because all the designs I've been doing for him, he feels he's indebted to me. So every time there is this warmth each time he sees me. He wants to tell everybody that I'm his graphic designer. You understand? So I will do it again and again. I will offer my service to a church. I've said this thing, then somebody, a protege of mine, came to meet me and was like that he's designing for one church. The church is one of these Orthodox church, and it's not getting visibility. They say his designs are work because his design is modern design, and these old churches, it cannot really align. So that's what I said initially. Look for a church that is vibing to your current leading of the spirit, to your spirit right now, and attend, not churches that your parents attended. And secondly, look for somebody that is thriving, that has potential. It could be a music artist, it could be a business person, it could be, you just see that this person in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years time, this person will blow. Associate yourself with him and begin to work underground. There are a lot of persons that blew in within 2, 3 years. Imagine how their team would begin to benefit from them. So have somebody like that they might not be paying you now. Just be doing for them for free. Once they blow, you blow as well with them. And then, like I said, the entire strategy, it looks like it's freebie strategy. No, but it's not freebie. It's value. It's value and it's investment.
I'm more
So if
like
I'm starting fresh again, you say?
serving, service.
Yes, exactly. Serving is the word. With the mindset that you are not doing freebie just like that. You are investing. And the truth is, with all this mindset of serving, I've been having a lot of persons that wants to serve me as well. Like somebody had to even drag me on social media that he has been begging me that he wants to come and serve me for free, that I refuse to respond to him. You get, because I've been availing myself to serve others. So if I'm starting afresh again, I would be visible by serving as many people as possible, but not just anybody, key people that has potential, my church or any social community that I know that they have potential. I will serve them for free.
Wow, serving key people. That's really, really powerful. Okay, yeah. Do you have any last words of advice for us? Any last words of advice for us?
Okay, I think my last word is this. I believe we all have in us the quality of immortality. That is to say, none of us was designed to be mortals. That's to say, if you die today and your name and everything about you dies the moment you die, then you are mortal. But when you live and then 10 years, 20 years, 100 years down the line, your name is still alive, your legacy is still everywhere, you are immortal. That's the idea. We are all born to be immortal. And how do you achieve immortality? Products, quality service, providing solutions to problems. Don't be idle. Deliberately begin to design your legacy. Have products that people can refer to. Do things that will outlive you. That's my idea. Do things that will outlive you, not just things that will outlive you. Things that would not just outlive you, but will really make. See, this is it. It's supposed to be significant. I don't know how to put it in the right words, but I believe that it's supposed to be significant, something that this is unique to you. When they are calling this thing, they are calling your name. Just like we have Facebook, we have Mark Zuckerberg, we have every platform, we have Google, we have Larry Page and Sergey Brin. The thing is that every one of us, this idea will come to us at some point. But then some of us are scared. We begin to think other people are doing something like that. How do I start? How do I do this? And then when we begin to ask all of these questions, we refuse to start. We lose the expertise of, when you start an idea, immediately it comes. There's this passion that comes with it. And when you
Yeah.
begin to procrastinate and you want to start later, sometimes you forget how you're supposed to do it in the first place, or you discover that somebody's already doing it. So my
Yeah.
point is that we all have immortality inside of us. It could be an idea, it could be a product. So when that idea comes, first it's going to scare you, but never be scared, because you can never be big doing things that you're comfortable with. You can never grow doing things you're already used to. So to grow, you have to do those things that you are scared of. So dare to do those things that you're scared of. Dare to do the big things, and dare to be immortal. That's it.
There to be immortal. We still have people here joining us, right, and watching us. We are about to let Mr. Dunamis Shiloh go. Like I said, I love his designs. He designs for Jamie Padua University and Jamie Padua International. And I just got to hear during this session now that he also designs for Mr. Emeka Novis, and he has gotten to work with a couple people that are influential in his society, in his city in Port Harcourt, right? So if you've gotten value from the things that he has shared with us so far, before I let him go, please tell him thank you. Thank him in the comment section. It's very important that you thank him in the comment section. And if you see, it's not even if you've seen the flyer that you see, the one that we usually use for youth spotlights, the one that usually gets featured. I think I featured it before the session started with some background music. It was all done by him. All of Jamie Padua University and Jamie Padua International flyers are done by him. So if you need a design, a graphic design service, he's someone that you can definitely call, um, get his service, and he will deliver accordingly, right? He's very professional, he knows his craft, and the design itself, just go through Jamie Padua University timeline, you understand what I'm talking about. So thank you so much, Dunamis, for joining us on this conversation today. We appreciate you, and we still hope to keep working with you. Thank you so much, sir.
My pleasure.
All right, you
Thank you
can
so
take
much.
your leave now. Yeah,
Thank
thank you. You
you.
can take your leave now. I would love to use this opportunity to remind us again to get on board, to sign up for the three courses we have right now, currently in Jamie Padua University. We have the leadership certificate course, we have the public speaking certificate course, and we have the human resource management certificate course. If you are struggling with building a business structure, let's say you don't know how to organize your business, you don't know how to lead your employees, you just want to learn leadership, right? How to build a company, how to make your workers enjoy working with you, how to lead in society, how to occupy leadership positions and deliver effectively, then you definitely want to get on board the leadership certificate course. Okay. And if you want to learn presentation, you want to learn how to speak in public, you want to learn how to communicate your trainings effectively, please and please make sure you sign up for the public speaking certificate course. Okay, there you are going to be trained on the art of public speaking, on the art of retaining your audience attention, etc. And the last one, for our professionals who want to go into human resource management, you want to learn how to take care of a company, you want to learn employee management, you want to learn just how to watch out for hires, how to hire the right people into the companies, like, everything that human resource managers do, right? Then you definitely want to get on board the human resource management certificate course. The beautiful thing about all of these courses that I always talk about is after learning them, you don't just get the knowledge, you also get certified. And when a company wants to hire you, when they're looking forward to hiring you, your certifications also go a long way. And now imagine that you are getting these certifications from a global platform like Jamie Padua University. We are not just registered in Nigeria, we also have a presence in Canada, right? So it's a win-win for you if you decide to get any of our certificate courses, the human resource, the public speaking, and then the leadership certificate course. All right. So until we see you next time on the Youth Spotlight, thank you so much for joining, and please continue to enjoy your day.